I has a kitty. And this kitty and I have just watched the 2014 release, He Jumped on My Bed. No. Zombeavers. And I watched it with this particular kitty because he's something of a zombeaver in and of himself. He likes to nibble on me. Don't you, Rusty? Don't you, Rusty? You're such a rusty old kitty. Zombeavers. Zombeavers. They don't like you in their territory, but now that story's getting gory. Zombeavers. Zombeavers. So, Zombeavers is directed by Jordan Rubin, and it is a solid horror movie that contains, you guessed it, zombie beavers. Now, normally it's rats you're afraid of, but in this particular film, it's beavers. And it is a horror comedy. It's not enough comedy. It's plenty of horror, but it's kind of a throwaway movie, to be flat out honest with you. I mean, I have watched this movie 6 or 7 times. You could tell I didn't like it. You know, just by the by, 6 or 7 times there. And I'm probably going to watch it at least one more time before I forget it forever. That's how bad it is. I mean, look, it's not a good movie by any means. I think Paranormal Activity, The Ghost Dimension, was far better made. But Zombeavers is a lot of fun. And that's what it's supposed to be. It's a fun, campy horror movie. It's not wonderful, it's not terrible. They've got teeth great for chomping on lots of wood, but what they're planning isn't good. Zombeavers. Zombeavers. The special effects are pretty good. They're not super good, but they're pretty good. There are a few scenes where it's like, a couple of tail thumping scenes for the beavers there. And beyond that, I mean, you get your dose of gore, you get your dose of violence. There's a bunch of characters who you don't mind seeing die. There is some violence towards domestic animals, though, so for those of you who dislike that, I mean, I can't tell you what it is without spoiling it, but for those of you who dislike that, yeah, you might want to skip Zombeavers. Otherwise, this is a great movie to watch with your bros, have a couple of beers and a pizza, and make fun of. Okay? That's my take on Zombeavers. 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 The anal gland smells like vanilla, but look out, boys, they're gonna kill you. Zombeavers. Zombeavers. What do you think, Rusty? You think the food you were eating, you think the pate, the tuna pate was excellent? Oh well. That's my Rusty. You also thought my nose was excellent? Well, thank you. Don't bite my nose again, though. So, that's my take on Zombeavers. 2014 release. I do believe it did see its time in theaters, made about $8 grand. So, if you happen to see it on Netflix, maybe you should give it some love, particularly if you're a man. It's a horror movie, it has the obligatory boob shot, and, you know, I mean, hey, I would date that girl. That doesn't say much because I look like me, but I mean, I date that girl. I date all 3 of them. You know, I take all 3 of them to equal one me, but, you know, they're hot chicks.